Hey there, fellow art lovers and fans of all things painted. Welcome back to my regular viewers, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm Cal, and it's great to have you here. It's the 16th day of Spooky Month. Today we're going to be painting a witch casting some runes. The runes have spoken. Runestones are used to predict the future, and for this one we'll be drawing them and the woman using them. Finding the reference image for the hands the runes would be floating above turned out to be the trickiest. I began by sketching out the face using the symmetry tool for the overall head shape, but not the facial features, as I would be working with wrinkles, and wrinkles generally aren't all perfectly symmetrical. I sketched in some long hair and used the symmetry tool again for the ears and neck. As you can see, this is an elderly elven woman. Sketching in the hand took a couple of tries. The first try just really didn't work out, but I think the second one looked better. After that I sketched in the body, the brooch on her robe and the runestones themselves floating above her palm. Then it was time to add colour. I elected to make our witch quite pale. Perhaps she never ventures forth from her cavern. Who'd have thought touching grass was a problem back in her day? I gave her navy robes, mostly to help the golden brooch stand out, and long grey hair. She's starting to look a bit like Impa from the CD-i Zelda games. Remember those?
Don't worry, Zelda. These mystical runes promise the king will safely return.
After colouring in the runestones and going in close up to paint on the runes themselves, I began shading, using masks to keep each bit of shading in its own section. I went for very deep shadows on her cheeks, as these are very deep, craggy wrinkles, and similar around her eyes, which are slightly sunken. I repeated the same process on her hand, adding a bluish cast to the upper side, as this is where the light I'll be adding on the runes will be hitting. I went in for more detail on the face and neck before painting in her eyes and nails. It's cool how a character just comes alive the moment the eyes are painted in. Then I moved on to the robe and brooch, again using the same technique with a colour dodge layer to help bring out the shine on the metal. The last things I shaded were the hair and the runestones, as well as adding some more blue to the face and robe. For the background, I kept it dark to help the magical energies stand out. I then painted in said energies, snaking around the runestones, and also added more detail to the hair. Some more shading tweaks, and I used the warp tool to alter the proportions on the witch's head just a little, as I felt they weren't quite right. Some final tweaks and... we're done. Very mystical looking. I'm reasonably happy with how the face turned out. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed what you just watched, please be sure to leave the video a like and subscribe and ring the bell to see more content. If you want to support my art, you can find a link to my Ko-fi in the description. And if you want to get straight into some more art, you can go and watch this video for my latest content. Or this one for something random.